So after a few months, we've got a new NinjaTrader 8 release. 8.0.18.0 is now out. There were 8 new features and 86 fixes, but we're going to summarize what you need to know in this video by pointing out the ones that you will probably find most useful. You can watch out for the star beside the feature number that I think will get the most attention. So keep your eyes on the screen and we'll get to all that right after this. So feature 13434, they added a new market watch window so you can quickly see the net change throughout the sessions since it last closed, I believe it is. So at the top of each tile, you will see the price as well as net change in points and a percentage. So feature 13444, with equivolume bars, you can actually see easily which bars are going to receive the largest volume indicated by its width and which bars are going to receive the least volume indicated by the skinniest in comparison to other bars in that particular view. So if you wanted to use something like that, if you use volume and price action, you might find that more interesting. It's not anything I personally use, but it is a new feature that was added. So 13315, this is going to give you the ability as an indicator to add on automatically drawn in trend lines. Okay, so it's a new indicator, which will be interesting to see how this actually works out, drawing the trend lines, and more importantly, what you guys think of it. So if you try it out, let me know in the comments. You find it accurately draws in trend lines the way that you would, and how have you played with the settings of this indicator? So I'm kind of interested in seeing how that goes. If you do have a chance to check it out, be sure to come back and leave your comments. So feature 13398. Now this added the ability to submit an ATM order on the alert actions. Now this is interesting because it would allow you to submit an order on an alert and then apply an ATM strategy, which would basically allow you to put in stops and targets. So I'm sure some of you probably have your head spinning with ideas right now, but this can be very interesting and also very, very dangerous. I want to stress that this is, I'm quite surprised that NinjaTrader has gone further down this path here. And I'd also highly recommend that if you try adding ATM strategies to a submit order through an alert, that you actually do this in a demo account and not a live account until you feel confident. There's a number of bugs that have been fixed in recent releases that have to do with ATM strategies. So of course, if you can apply an ATM strategy, you better make sure it's doing exactly what you expect. So probably the most interesting feature and also the most dangerous. 13666. Now for those of you who are developers, they've added support now for Visual Studio 2019. And the last feature before we move on to bugs is 13469. This is going to give you a general update to the sound files and some new recognizable sounds. So bug 13597. Now, if you've used alerts before, you know that there's a way to rearm on a certain condition. Now, this did not rearm properly after like a resume or restart type thing, but now that bug has apparently been fixed. So kind of an interesting one. One I think I've probably hit and never really used the on condition reversed. So 13530, now this is one that I had submitted. We had hit a problem with some background image files. So certain ones that would be read in that NinjaTrader 8 thought was corrupt. Once you did that, you couldn't change the image file at all. So that has now been fixed. 13625, now this resolved a scenario where a chart would freeze when removing a drawing object. So I think that's a big thing to point out. Anything that improves stability like that for something that's so common as removing a drawing object is got to be a good thing. So I'm glad that they actually got that into this release. So 13613, now a chart would become unresponsive when an ATM had a feature that did like a stop and reverse. Now if that was modified more than once, then the chart itself wouldn't respond. So again, more to do with stability issues, but we're certainly glad that that's been fixed. Now, how many of you use NinjaTrader to do some technical analysis stuff on cryptocurrencies, right? You probably connected to Coinbase. If you notice that when you've disconnected, sometimes it crashes, that has now been resolved. So 13660. Now this resolved a scenario where the columns in the market analyzer could show a ... which usually means that it's thinking or it's processing or it's loading data, whatever. But all of this would indicate that you have to wait or something like this. So the market analyzer could have shown that unexpectedly when really it didn't have to. So that's now been fixed. So 13587, now alerts that are checked against an indicator value and a numerical value, those did not rearm when using sort of a condition called reverse on the condition. So if that was something that you used, and it could have been, especially if you use our XABCD pattern tools, you might have hit that because we do look at a numerical value. So if you use that condition where it would rearm on the reversal, it might not have worked as expected, but now that will be fixed. 13623 is for those Yahoo users that use it for their emails. So the SMTP settings have now been updated. 13557, now this is interesting because it resolves a scenario where when you save your workspace, that confirmation dialog box, you might have noticed, doesn't always work as expected, but now that's been resolved. 13658, now this resolved a scenario where saving and closing a workspace using default file names could open an unexpected workspace. Now I think this had something to do, I'm not sure, but it might have something to do with their whole restore function, but now that has been resolved. So if you want to continue to see videos like this on new releases, go ahead and whack that thumbs up button and tell us that you like it. Or for future videos, hit that subscribe button. We'll have a bunch of stuff coming out. We had some good ones out the previous week, which had to do with NinjaTrader 8 and starting in safe mode. So you don't know how to do that, go check out that video. Otherwise, like I said, feel free to subscribe, whack that like button, and we'll see you guys in the next video.